Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, we have a very, very, very special guest on the show today. Right-handed pitcher who just got drafted last summer for the Dodgers. Brady Smith joins us. So Brady, thank you so much for coming on in. It's the first time I've ever had a chance to talk to you, so I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so basically last year, Granger High School, Northeast Tennessee area, just about every time you took the mound, there were scouts firing off radar guns everywhere. So tell us about that process. Hey, was that a fun deal for you? I know you're kind of a quiet guy, very humble, that type of deal, at least from the people I've talked to about you. So was that a cool experience? Was it fun, or is that something that was a little nerve-wracking every time you went out?
Yeah, so at first it was definitely a little nerve-wracking, but as the season kept going on and on, it kind of got more exciting, and more scouts started coming, and this thing kind of came real, I guess you could say. So yeah, it was definitely a lot.
Yeah, Coach Yates, your coach there at Granger, is quoted as saying, hey, you guys were in an inter-squad scrimmage right before your freshman season. You went behind the bag at shortstop and made a play, and it was right there that he knew he had something special with you. So, hey, talk about your time there in high school playing for Coach Yates, all the great things that you guys did there, and all the fun that you had there.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. Going through those years, you get to be with all the guys that you've played with ever since you were little. We had a travel baseball team at a Granger called the Granger Blaze, and we all played with each other. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Freshman year, I was going to get to pitch a little bit behind our 1 and 2, and then it got canceled. But other than that, sophomore year went great, and the rest of the years went great. It was a lot of fun.
You probably don't recognize it, obviously, because you're from the Northeast Tennessee area, but I can recognize the draw. I'm from here in Oklahoma, and hey, Southern Oklahoma has a pretty good draw to it. So, hey, going out to California and Arizona, do people mention that the draw that you speak with?
Yeah, actually a lot. Some of my teammates, we were on the back of the bus the other day, and I was just talking, and they're having me saying different words, just kind of making fun of my accent, which, it's a lot of fun. It's all friendly jokes, but yeah, I definitely get that a lot.
One of my favorite Dodgers in the system right now, just a wonderful young man. I've had a chance to interview him 3 different times. Matter of fact, getting ready to post a quote from him today or tomorrow whenever I have time to get to it. Just got put on the 40-man roster, and his name is Landon Knack. He is from that Northeast Tennessee area. So I don't know if you know him or not, but he's from right around where you were from. Have you had a chance to talk to him?
No, I haven't, but I'd love to get in touch and maybe talk a little bit, but I haven't met him yet, so hopefully that's in the future.
Had a chance to talk to Carson Taylor, who was a catcher at Virginia Tech. Have not had a chance to talk to Nick Biddison, but he was on that Virginia Tech team too. That man, they were I think they were a couple outs away from beating OU and moving on to the Super Regional a couple of years ago. But just talking to Carson Taylor, the first thing he said was Coach Sheff builds a very family-oriented type program, and he treats all of his players almost like they're his second sons. And so I'm sure that had a lot to do with why you chose to you committed to Virginia Tech, but what drew you to want to become a Hokie if you didn't get drafted?
Yeah, just like you said, the program that Coach Sheff and Coach Vecto and all those guys have, kind of built up. It's like you said, kind of family oriented, and it was going to be a lot of fun. The atmosphere is great up there. The fans, they're diehard fans, and yeah, I just thought that that was the place I wanted to be for the next 4 years if I didn't get drafted. So,
have you ever been to a football game there at Virginia Tech?
I have, yes. We went on our official visit. They played.
Did you get to experience the Inner
Georgia
Sandman?
Tech, I think. Yes, sir, I did. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, okay, so you get drafted in the 3rd round by the Dodgers. Were you a Dodgers fan? Did you know much about the Dodgers? I mean, when the Dodgers tag came to it, an old boy from Northeast Tennessee, did that mean as much to, somebody like me who grew up a Dodgers fan? Or was it just, hey, this is a really great organization, so that's cool?
Yeah. Kind of when I was a kid, I would kind of go back and forth between, whatever team was the best. So, yeah, I definitely knew a lot about the Dodgers. I knew as a pitcher, I knew coming into it that, they had a really good development system. And, for a guy that's like me, 170 pounds, that needs to put weight on, I can go in and just trust the staff around me. There's tons of good people around me at all times. Just go in and trust the staff around me and let them, be a big part of my development in my career. So, yeah, I think going to the Dodgers was huge for me.
Okay, got to know all about draft day. I know you're a big family person. I know you're big in your faith and all of that, which is totally awesome. So I'm sure you're with family, you're with friends, and you guys really rejoiced when you heard your name called. Tell us all about that day.
Oh yeah, so I had a pretty good idea that I was going to go, in the third or fourth round. So I had a few family and friends over. We were all sitting in my living room, and my dad got a text from my agent and said, it's going to be the Dodgers, and that was the next pick on the clock. So, I didn't really tell anybody. My girlfriend was sitting right beside me, and she didn't even know. I was just kind of sitting there waiting on the moment, and then when my name got called, it was just like no other. My mom started crying, my dad started crying. Everyone was here, all my friends and family. So it was definitely awesome.
How have you come to be so humble? I mean, how did you learn that technique?
Yeah, so I think my dad kind of prided in me as a kid. Kind of like nobody cares what you've done, just kind of keep on going, and Jesus Christ and my Lord. So. Yeah.
Okay, so, I was talking to Max Hewitt, who's in the system. He was an Oklahoma State boy, too. And he said, hey, in this game, you're either humble or you're about to be humbled. So how has that nature, that humble nature that your dad has taught you, how has that helped you so far as being a pro?
Yeah, definitely just, like you said, just kind of not getting too far ahead, staying in the moment and not letting anything get you too up or too down. So I think I do a pretty good job of that. I don't get too excited about most things. So, yeah.
Have not got a chance to see you pitch in person, which I'm super pumped about that whenever you finally make it to Tulsa, or if I can make it to spring training this year. But I have seen quite a bit of video on you. I've got you at a fastball that's upper 90s that has a lot of arm side movement to it, a good slider and a curveball. Would that be accurate?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Talk about your mix right now and what pitches you're throwing, and if the Dodgers have made any adjustments to your mix, and if they have, what have those been?
Yeah, so I throw a fast four-seam fastball. I kind of like it to get more ride, but like you said, sometimes it does kind of ride and run. So I have that one, and then my second pitch is probably my curveball. I've been throwing my curveball ever since ever since I can remember.
Thing's dirty.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I have the most confidence in, and I feel like I can throw that in any count. Just really go at guys with that pitch. And then we've been working on a changeup, and a slider. When I got there, my slider wasn't very hard. It was kind of like a slurve. So, I got with Rob and all those guys and kind of changed my slider around. It's more like a bullet now.
Yeah.
I've been up to 87 with it instead of the
Wow
80 that it was in high school. So I have that, and then I developed a new changeup with them too. This changeup I'm throwing now is a lot better than the one I would throw every now and then in high school. So.
Oh wow. So is it more about grip, or do they kind of teach you how to pronate it and all that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a lot about grip. The changeup, I try not to pronate as much and just kind of throw it. So.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so you mentioned you're around 170 pounds. That's obviously not going to be your target weight as a professional pitcher. So I'm sure you've had discussions with the Dodgers. Usually 190 is the target for guys like you, but have they given you a target weight that they'd like you eventually to get up to?
Yeah, I think by this offseason, I want to be 185 by the end of this offseason. So
nice, very nice. Okay, so being an old boy from Northeast Tennessee, you can hear the voice here. You can hear that he's from Tennessee here. So, have you ever been out west, Arizona or California? How'd that go for you?
Yeah, no, this was the first time when I went out, and right after the draft, I went to Arizona. But it's been great. I like to play golf, and when I was down there during the ACL and the instructs, I played a lot of golf in my spare time. So, there's tons of golf courses and stuff like that out there. So,
how'd instructs go for you? Was that pretty cool?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I threw one inning, and I pitched pretty well. So
So Instructs, can you kind of explain for some of the fans out there, after the season's over, what exactly is Instructs?
It's kind of like a league that guys go in and focus on what they want to get better at. Most I know that all the guys from the draft class were there, just kind of getting extra time in there, and then guys that have been there just coming back and maybe getting more innings if they didn't get a lot, or just kind of working on what they would like to work on more. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing.
So you mentioned the ACL. That is the Arizona Complex League. That's pretty much where rookie ball is played at nowadays. Now they've actually done away with the rookie leagues. So next year, hopefully, you're going to make your first appearance with an affiliate. Obviously, it would start with Rancho. So tell us how excited you are about that.
Yeah, I'm stoked. It's going to be great. Getting to move around and travel with those guys. It's definitely going to be a lot different playing 100+ games instead of the 30 I would play here at home. So I'm excited for that long season and see what I'm made of, I guess.
Tell us what kind of pitcher you think you are. We've talked about your mix, but what type of pitcher, when the Dodgers fans see you for the first time with their own eyes, what type of pitcher are you?
Definitely locate my curveball. I feel like I can locate the fastball pretty well. With my new slider, I would like to kind of play it off the fastball more and work it off my curveball as well. And then.
Okay, man, you ready to answer some fun questions so Dodgers fans can get to know you a little bit better?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. Okay, question number 1. What's the one thing that you learned from Coach Yates back in high school that you've taken with you the most?
I just think probably just to work hard. He pushed that home a lot, just to work hard and work harder than all your opponents and don't get beat.
What's the fastest pitch you've ever thrown?
I think 95, but 96 on a pocket radar.
What is not the fastest, but the best pitch you've ever thrown in a game, and why was it the best pitch?
Yeah, so we were playing Greenville, which is like kind of our rival, So we were playing them. It was a big game. It was 0-0, I think the 6th inning or so. And I threw it was 3-2 with the bases loaded. I threw a curveball to a really talented lefty and struck him out. So I think that was probably the best pitch I've thrown.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, the question that I've been waiting to talk about and ask all day. Okay, rumor is that you have a mean wiffle ball game, okay? A lot of wiffle ball as a kid. Okay, so I got to know all about, first of all, your wiffle ball game. What is your go-to pitch whenever you're pitching with the wiffle ball? And 2, what is your best memory that you can think of playing in the backyard, playing wiffle ball in the backyard?
Yeah, I'd say my go-to pitch is probably the curveball, or like you kind of throw it like get on top of it and throw a riser.
Yeah.
Either that one. And then I have a lot of memories playing wiffle ball. All my neighbors and cousins, we play a lot, but yeah, I have tons. I can't even think of one, to be honest with you.
What is the coolest experience you've had as a professional so far?
I think getting to be, in the clubhouse with all the Latin Americans and, the guys that don't speak English, and you try to learn what they're saying. I think that's really fun. Just trying to get to know a lot of people, build as many friendships as you can.
What do you think the one thing you're going to miss the most is going to be about not being a position player?
Definitely hitting. Hitting was probably, besides pitching, the most fun thing about baseball to me. Like you said, I hit like over 400 at my senior year with a couple home runs. Probably hitting home runs. Honestly, that was very fun.
Hitting nukes, huh? Do you have a favorite one?
Yeah. Actually, I hit one off of one of my good friends from another school, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Okay, so anytime a young man can get drafted as highly as you did in the 3rd round right out of high school, you've had just wonderful experiences at the high school level, travel ball teams, showcases, you name it. There's a whole bunch of different people to thank, so this is your opportunity to thank everybody that's helped you get here.
Yeah, I just want to thank all my friends and family. My dad, my mom.
Awesome deal.
My girlfriend's been by my side through all this, and Jesus Christ.
Very well done, Brady. Very well done.
Thank you.
Hey, this is, like I said, this is the first time that I've had a chance to talk to you. and super excited about it. I was super excited whenever I saw the Dodgers drafted you after watching video. Put a draft video out there, and after watching you, it's like, wow, this dude's really, really good. And what really stuck out was all the high-level competition that you had competed against. So you got to see video of you against really great hitters. So that was really cool. So, hey, thank you so much for joining Dodgers Daily, and hopefully this isn't the last time we talk, and best of luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.